Meet me at the altar in your white dress. We ain't getting no younger. Baby, why I can't do it? I see you off the wild girl. I must
Yo, Mike, check
confess.
1, 2.
Sing it, nigga.
Let's
Get married. Baby, let's get married.
I'm gonna get married soon.
I'm trying to get married, ladies. What's up, baby?
I'm getting married soon. I'll get married probably like
I'm gonna come sit at you with it just like that. I'm gonna bust up in the motherfucker and say,
I'll be at the Justice of the Peace. I'm getting married in like a month.
I'm gonna come through. I'm gonna come through the justice piece. Just bust up in the motherfucker and just be like, meet me at the altar in your white dress.
Yeah.
We ain't getting no younger. Baby, why I can't do
it?
it? I see you off the wild girl. I must confess. Let's get married. Baby, let's get married.
You said there's a
Ladies, can we get married, please?
Does that have chicken in it?
This nigga talking about chick. I'm trying to get me a chick. This nigga crazy.
Yo,
what's poppin'?
We're back with another episode of Brooklyn Boys Radio.
What's wrong with you, man? You all right? What type of time are you on today, bro?
Brooklyn Boys Radio.
This guy is crazy, man. It sound like somebody had a good week. Sound
Ain't
chipper.
got nothing to do with nothing.
Oh, so your week wasn't good? You just out here.
God bless you.
I think she was laughing at you. I don't know if she was sneezing.
That was a sneeze.
So what's up, man?
It's always a good week. I'm alive. I'm above ground. God is good.
All the time. God is good.
God is amazing.
Yeah.
Y'all need to get closer to the Lord.
Praise him. Hallelujah.
Love him. Praise him. Learn it, love it, live it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. What's good, man? How's everything else, though, man? I want to talk about my week like I start off, but I don't really remember this week, man. This week was like a blur to me. I don't really know what was going on this week.
Hey. Same thing here. I don't know.
I don't think nothing good or bad happened. It was just like blah. You know what I'm saying? I was out here aimlessly in the wind. I don't know. I can't remember what I was doing this week. I really don't.
Movement, motion.
No, I definitely
want to call it.
I definitely made a couple of moves, but yeah, I don't know what happened, bro.
The cake is baking, and when the cake is baking, all you can do is wait.
Let it bake.
Let it bake.
Let it bake. I was watching the show, and they said the greatest, like, I think they was talking about gods or powers, was patience and time. That's like a real shit.
It is, but I always say that. I said people always talk about what is required for people to achieve success, but I think the one thing that they don't speak about enough is patience. The level of patience that it takes, you know, because everybody's in such a rush to get where they want to get. But one of the things that would discourage you the most is not having patience.
And the thing that would get in the way of a lot of things is not putting in enough time, because patience and time kind of go anonymous with each other, synonymous with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need patience and time, because a lot of time we put a lot of time into things. I think we were talking about that the other day. Mm-hmm. And you know, you trying to see the fruits of your labor, and you just going and going. And some of us just quit right before we get to where we got to get to, and just give up and throw in the towel. And next thing you know what I mean? Or you might put so much time in, now you're discouraged because you put all the time in and you didn't have the patience to wait it out to see where he was going to really take you. So,
but I think that's why it's so important for everybody to understand that no matter how much work, no matter how much time you put in, the results are not up to you. They are up to the universe and the man upstairs. You know, that's why I always say, put in the effort and let God do the rest. You know what I mean? So that's why I think faith is so important, because it's like you can put in work, and you just have to have the faith and belief that the universe and God is going to do right by you. You know what I mean? By the work that you put in. Because once again, success is such a big blessing. I think it's too big a blessing for any human being to take credit for. You know, the most we can do is put in the effort, but God must do the rest.
I was telling, it was so funny. I was talking to Bruce this week, and I told Bruce, and I'm like, yo, you know, a lot of times I do feel like talent can take you to a certain plateau. Then I tell people who talented, you know, hard work beat talent any day. Like if you put in the hard work, you beat out a person that is super duper talented, because usually hardworking people will do things that talented people won't do. So they usually get to where they're trying to get to more. But I said there's a curveball in that.
God's will.
God's plan, right? Like God's divine timing. Because, you know, sometimes you can have talent and you can have hard work, and God's divine timing has to line up for you. Things got to line up for you for it to happen. A lot of times it just don't magically happen. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, I just saw someone talking about that. It was Shannon Sharp talking about, it was a woman. I think she manages Shannon Sharp, and she was talking about the whatchamacallit, the Cat Williams.
Cat Williams,
interview.
yeah, I seen that. Yeah,
and
yeah.
she was talking about how Shannon kept trying to get Cat, and Shannon just happened to be in the elevator.
Timing.
Yeah, and it was, and
was
that's
her
why
last
she
day of
said
work.
when it came to prayers that she asked God for his, I forgot what it was, how she worded it. She asked for damn, something to the degree of his divine timing for her to be in the right place at the right time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so even me, when I pray now, like I pray for God divine timing, for things to line up for me in my life according to his will and the desires of my heart. Like that's what I pray for every day. I promise you, every single morning I get up, that's a part of my prayer regimen, because I feel like I got the drive. I'm gonna do what I gotta do and do what it takes to get to where I gotta get to. I feel like I have enough talent to get me where I want to get to, but sometimes to get over that hump, it's not just talent and hard work. You need the divine alignment.
Yeah.
So God, if you hear me now, please grant me the divine alignment, because we need that.
Some people call it luck, you know, but
no, I don't believe in luck.
I mean, some people they consider that, like, you know, you got to be lucky, but to me, luck is God's will, right? Mm-hmm. That's that being at the right place at the right time. You know, people say it's where preparation meets opportunity, but to me, that's just God's will.
Yeah, man. So look, man, some of y'all, you're out there working. I tell y'all, man, keep working at whatever it is that you're working for, and be patient that it'll come to pass. And be, you know, and also not only be patient, but be prepared to when it come. Because some people get to a certain plateau and when it come, they just ain't ready. You've been here, you've been waiting, and now it drop in your lap, plop. Now you ain't ready. You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes it's not even that you're not ready. Sometimes, like, people have a fear of greatness. And I think that they value it so much that sometimes there's a fear that comes when you're faced with the thing that you've been working so hard for. When you're looking your destiny straight in the eye, I think sometimes that there's a fear. Like, oh my God, I don't want to mess this up. You know,
I
can't believe that my moment is finally here.
Nah, you just gotta keep pushing and keep going, man.
Keep believing in yourself.
That's it. Keep going. Keep going. And surround yourself around like-minded people too. I would tell you that too, man. You gotta surround yourself by people that's gonna speak words of affirmation into you. People that's gonna, when you giving up, and be like, yo, get back up. You don't want the person that's around you, yo, you should just stop, man. You know what I'm saying? Yep. You got a lot of haters out there. They don't want to see you win. So be careful who you surround yourself around.
And sometimes it's not even that they don't want to see you win. Sometimes it's just that they can't see that level for themselves. It's almost like they can't even grasp the idea of getting to that higher level. And because of that, they project their perception on you, where it's like, nah, you're not going to be able to get up there. And it's not even hate. It's just that they can't even perceive it.
Perceive it. Or some people don't have the right reactions. They don't know how to speak. They don't know how to accept. They don't know how to move forward. They just kind of giddy and kind of like just, I don't want to say just dumbfounded. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't know how to accept enough. You go into a conversation, you really trying to have this conversation and work this out. The person like, you know what I'm saying? Or they turn, they deflect. They don't really know how to project. And, you know, you got to be very careful who you align yourself with And I don't care if that's, you know, in your relationship. I don't care if that's in your goals and your dreams. You just got to be careful who you have who you waste your time having conversation with. Like, you know me, I play around a lot. But when it comes time to get to the nitty gritty or building or pushing whatever I'm pushing forward or whatever you gotta push forward and you need my help, I jump right into effect. I can switch. Some people don't have that switch, bro. Some people stay right where they at. So you gotta be careful who you align yourself with and who you be around. Cause some people can't, they just stay in one place. They one track minded, bro. Be very careful who you align yourself with, man. Well, talking about aligning yourself, we're gonna jump into the show real quick. You know, I seen this thing with Shaq's ex-wife, Shawnee O'Neal. I don't know if you see, she wrote a book.
Why is her name still O'Neal?
I don't know. She remarried too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And I didn't understand this part. I heard some other folks speak about it. So I know she was just saying that when she was married to Shaq, that she was never in love. Like, she was grateful for the relationship, and she was grateful that, you know, it put her in other places and gave her opportunities for other things, but she don't know if she was ever truly in love.
Well, I'm going to give Shawnee some grace, and I'm going to say that sometimes you look back at a relationship in hindsight, and sometimes you compare it to the relationship that you're currently in and how you love the person that you're with now. And sometimes you look back and you're like, wow, compared to how I love this person, it makes me realize that
I didn't really love that person.
I didn't really love that person. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe in hindsight, she looks back and, you know, it's a realization that she came to.
But you think it could be
I just don't know if it was necessary to tell the world that, though.
Yeah, true. And do you think it'd be two things at the same time? Do you think that she could have been in love with Shaq, but just found a greater sense of love?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and he had tweeted or tech or whatever they do, X now, but he had said basically, I wouldn't have been in love with me neither. Mm-hmm. You know, but for me, Shawnee gained a lot off of that, right? Like, out of that relationship, she said they got wonderful children together. She made herself into a self-made woman with the last name that she's married now. She still ain't giving up. So, you know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
How would you feel if a woman married you and wanted to keep her ex-husband's last name? Because I'm not with it.
I don't know, man.
I ain't with it.
I'm not with it, but she's not regular, right? So
what does that mean?
When I mean she's not regular, that's a part of her brand and part of her business.
She ain't got 10 toes and 10 fingers? She don't
Nah,
believe
what I mean is, that's not what I'm saying. It's a part of her brand and her business. So you can't interrupt. I don't know if you could come
marry your brand then, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if you could come
go marry your brand.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't marry me.
Bro.
Go marry your brand.
Bro. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but
then, like,
she got a brand with that.
So go marry your brand. It's cool. Man. I'm not mad at it. Go marry your brand.
I go that deep, bro.
Man, go marry your brand, bro.
Man, I go that deep. I understand it, but I like it.
So what if she told you the kids y'all have, you have to give them the last name?
I don't think she would do that. No. That ain't gonna happen, bro.
Yo.
I don't even think that would happen in their case. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
I think she got a man that's understanding in the brand, what she created, and she runs around with that name and that brand. So
I'm good.
Come on, man. You gotta let live, man.
No, it has nothing to look. At the end of the day, I understand what you're saying.
All right, so cool.
Wait, hold on. I understand what you're saying, and I don't. I can understand where you're coming from. It's just, for me, no. Let
me ask you this then. So I don't know who her man is. I ain't do that much investigation. Can he come through and put back everything that she grew in these last couple of years, and put that back?
But what does one have to do with
because listen, if that's the brand that's feeding a family,
then marry the brand, bro.
Listen, no. It's the business. It's like Johnson & Johnson. It's like, you know, whatever, Samsung or whatever, you know, the Bus family, that you married into the whole thing. They use that brand to make a legacy for the family.
When it comes to certain things, I'm an old-fashioned man.
I hear you, man. But then you just got to come through and then
if we get married,
you got to replace
you want to keep your last name, we can hyphenate it. Your maiden name, my last name, we can hyphenate it. I got no problem with that.
It could be like that on paper.
I don't know.
It could be still Charlie O'Neal, whatever his last name is.
I don't know.
Yeah, you know, I don't know what.
Well, I wasn't talking about Shawnee. I asked you how did you feel.
That's what we was talking about, bro. That's what we was talking about. So I was just going with Charlie O'Neal. Well, listen, man. I did see this on TikTok the other day. I seen it on TikTok, and then I seen it on Shade Room, I think, and a couple other sites, I think. But some brother was like, yo, you shouldn't put your pee machine in anybody's mouth. You know what I'm saying? Any lady's mouth. You shouldn't put it in her mouth.
And no, he said if you love a woman, you won't put your pee machine in her mouth or something like that.
Whatever, bro.
Yeah, I don't agree.
Listen, man.
Because her pee machine be in my mouth.
Oh, yeah, her pee machine. That's what I'm about to say. Her pee machine in my mouth. Like, what are you talking about? You need the pee machine to make babies? You need the pee.
Now, I can understand if he says you shouldn't put your pee machine in her mouth if you're not willing to put her pee machine in your mouth. Like, you know, but, you know, I don't agree.
Man,
because if
he made it sound nasty, but it tastes better with a little pee on it.
If you love a woman, she's your partner. That's who you're supposed to be for the rest of your life.
The girl come out the bath, she got to wipe it a little bit, she got a little pee on it. It tastes a little bit better that way, man. A little seasoning.
I don't know about taste a little better, but okay.
I just laughing, man. I just got to make this. I don't know what possessed him to come out and.
To each his or her own.
I don't know, man.
All right, bro, don't put your pee machine
Listen,
in
you
her
ain't
mouth.
having no fun there, bro. You living a miserable life. That's why you're on TikTok telling people to do this shit. His girl probably don't. That's probably what she told him and gaffled him. Like, yo, I ain't giving you no head. It's a pee machine. Don't put it in my mouth. And he probably just went with it.
More power to you, bro. Whatever works.
Yeah, my pee
Don't work for me, but
my pee machine is going in the mouth. I'm just letting you know that now. You know what I'm saying? Without a shadow of a doubt. I saw this crazy thing too. Bring it up real quick. New York City is now. Look, man, don't kill the messenger. It's just a proposal. I don't even know how this shit is possible. They're talking about putting a skyscraper and attaching it to an asteroid for people to live in. I don't know. It's just a proposal.
No comment because logically it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even align, bro.
Like you said, how you asked me earlier, how they gonna get up there?
How are you going to get in the building?
The
planet is constantly revolving. Like,
and don't asteroids move?
But not only the planet is constantly turning and revolving.
So you mean
how
you can
was
go
the
to sleep
asteroid
in New York and wake up in Tokyo somewhere or something like that?
I don't know.
I don't know how they gonna do it. And if y'all could do that in New York City, then y'all could feed all the homeless
Y'all got
niggas
too
out
much
here.
money to waste. If that's what y'all are proposing, y'all got too much money to waste.
Way too much money. Way too much money to waste. But what New York City can do is take a hard lesson from the Japanese. Do you know in 30 years, the Japanese airport has never lost one luggage? Have you ever lost your luggage at the airport? Have they ever lost your luggage?
No.
Son, that shit happened to me like 3 or 4 times, bro. I got it back each time, like 3 times when I went to Texas. They had to drop it off at the house.
It's an inconvenience, though.
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking, right? Like, you don't feel like you don't get your shit back. You know, I got my bag broken too before.
I used to hate, every time I would travel, they would steal my cologne, bro. I hated that.
They would go in your bag
They
and
would
take your
always
cologne.
take my cologne.
Dusty niggas, man. Yeah, dusty. Why would you go on somebody's bag and take their cologne?
Bro, my cologne never made it to my destination. That's why I started just not packing cologne and just buying cologne when I get there.
Yeah, I got this little thing that I go on Amazon. They got this thing you can fill up. It's like this. And you kind of put it on the cologne bottle, you press it, and it goes inside the cologne. So I just carry that little bit all the time. I never carry. And I'm strictly carry-ons, bro. Everything I try to do, unless we doing them dumbass LA trips we used to do for 3-4 weeks, then I gotta carry a big bag. But I carry a carry-on and a duffel. I don't even mess with that. Everywhere I go is a carry-on and a duffel bag, bro.
Yeah.
How much shit you stole?
I think anywhere Suave worked at, they used to wild
out.
Look,
look, I just asked him, how much shit you stole? He just started laughing. How much shit you stole, Suave?
I don't check in no bag.
Look, he don't. Suave like, yeah, all right, don't put your bag in there, bro. How'd it get to your bag?
Because when you loading the shit, you inside of a can, so the cameras can't see you.
So they just bust your bag open.
Or they unzip it. I hope there's no statute of limitations on airport theft.
Because they coming for Suave ass. They coming for you. Quick question. Saw this question the other day. How do you feel if you have sex? do you feel that you should get up after a sex session and take a shower, or you feel like it's cool enough just to go to bed?
All depends. All depends on the session. I mean, if it's super sweaty, you may feel the need to take a shower. I mean, if you're super tired, you may fall asleep. I mean, one thing that's a constant for me is going to get the wet rag. You know, but if I was to say that I go and take a shower after every single session, that would be a lie.
I think when I'm with my shorty, I can fall right asleep sometimes. But me, I'm mindful. I like to get up and wash my shit off because I want to be able to turn over again and get some head or something. So I always make sure it's clean. So I do for that be doing it for that purpose. But I think it says a lot too about a woman who don't go, wipe her shit off though sometimes.
But that's what I said. The wet rag is a constant.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
You got or go get the wipes.
There's always, I mean, as far as the female is concerned, there's always the trip to the bathroom. But for me, if I sat here and said that I go take a shower every single, that would be a lie. You know what I mean?
Nah,
if the session is super sweaty, whatever, blah blah blah, then yeah, I'll definitely.
Yo, you know, so crazy. When I used to go to chicks' house, like growing up and shit, I used to keep wipes, lotion, powder, all that shit in the car, bro, just to clean my shit up, bro. Like when I leave out before I go in, I always wanted to be fresh before I did something. Like I don't really have all that shit in the car now, but when I was growing up, it used to be all through the car. Wipes, motherfucker. I used to have the baby wipes. 'Cause back then they had the regular wipes. They only have regular wipes. They didn't have the wipes now. You know what I'm saying?
You think about that shit like when you were young, bro, and it's like
I used to put mad powder on my shit.
You have sex with like 2-3 different women in one day, bro.
Oh, of course. That's why I had.
But I'm just saying, like when you think about it now, it's just like.
Yo, son, like, I leave one chick house, go to another chick house, and then go to another chick house, bro. So I always had to make sure that I was constantly fresh, constantly clean. I used to have cologne in the car, lotion in my shit. I used to have the works in my shit, bro. Yes. And then I would go on the chick crib. Even to this day, I'm about to say, go back in my past, got mad paper towel in my back pocket. Because if I went in the crib and I didn't want her to like be suspicious if I was doing something, I had mad like bounty paper towel and wet it real light and put some soap on it and then scrub my shit up and then take the other one and dry it off. But you gotta be careful because sometimes you get the little balls and shit. Yeah, son, I used to be efficient, man. I clean my shit up, bro. Some of y'all niggas out here running around with nasty shit. Y'all clean your shit up. You don't got no consideration for the lady.
Musty nuts.
Yeah, it must be nuts.
Musty nuts. Musty nuts, bro. Ain't no team musty nuts over here.
Yeah, you gotta take care of that shit, you know. And ladies, you gotta take care of your shit too, bro. Can't come outside this dumping dick and on another. I told you the time I went to a chick crib. I went to her crib and my phone fell behind the bed, and there was a condom with some sludge in it, bro. It was out of the bed. I think the fuck about it. I'm like, yo, but. Only reason I was cool.
You still knocked it down.
I was already in it. My phone fell in it, fell down after the session. But only reason I was cool because at least she had the condom on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was back there. She used it. She wasn't my girl. You know what I'm saying? Shit happens. But yeah, clean your shit up, man. Make sure you clean your shit up after them sessions, man. Make sure you clean your shit up. Crazy study I just saw too. They say 1 in 3 Americans of the ages 18 and 24 are unemployed.
No, they didn't say unemployed. They said have no income.
No, well, that's unemployed.
Not necessarily. Some people don't have a 9 to 5, but we're talking about don't go to school, don't have a job, no income.
Yeah, but no income is okay.
Not necessarily, because you could be unemployed. Because how they look at it, if you're going to school and you're getting that financial aid refund, they look at that as some type of income.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But we're talking about people that just do nothing.
Well, I don't know. Yeah.
And to add to that study, I saw another study that basically said that this is the first generation that actually makes less than the generation that came before it. Like each generation before, like it was like the generation to follow made more than their parents, but this generation actually makes less than their parents. It's because everybody want to be rappers and actors.
No, that's not why. Get out of here, bro.
I'm telling you.
I don't think.
Yo, bro, you got to think about it. It's like
I don't think the economy.
This culture. It's not just, bro. This culture.
That's not true, bro.
This culture makes it not cool to make 30 grand, make 40. People would rather do nothing.
Yeah, but I was commenting about the rappers and the actors part, no, but nah,
Okay, how many rappers are out there?
yeah,
How many rappers are making money off the craft?
No, but I'm not talking about the rappers. I'm talking about it ain't that many people. I think there's a lot of people that just don't even it just ain't working or just can't find a job. I think it's hard to find a job in this economy. Even though if you're New York City, MTA is hiring for a multitude of jobs. So go on the MTA website. They got a bunch of jobs out
Can't be
there
that
right
hard.
now.
I see my daughter get jobs back to back.
Some people do. I was with my homegirl this week. She got 3 jobs in 1 week. I'm like, yo, I talked to some other person. They filled out mad applications in the last 2-3 weeks and can't get no job. So, you know, I think,
but look at what age group they're talking about, 18 to 24.
Mm-hmm.
I think that group is so caught up in this. Like I said, nobody wants to be a garbage man. Nobody wants to work at the post office.
well, fortunately for me,
Look,
the kids that I know, they all work.
Nobody wants to work at McDonald's. Nobody wants to work. Do you get where I'm coming from? Like you got to consider that too. Like it's not cool to work at those places, bro.
I don't know, bro. I hear what you're saying. I'm just going in my circumference. I don't really know no kids that's really sitting home. I only can think of one kid that I know, and I know a couple of kids during that age group, a couple of young people, young adults in that age group that's not working. Everybody else I know that work. Shit, we got some young ladies in there in that age group they working right now.
I didn't make the study.
I hear you. But I do think there's not enough jobs out there for these kids, for these young adults. I don't want to say kids, these young adults don't have any, sometimes there's not enough work out here. You know what I mean? I think we got to do a better job with the economy. We losing a lot of jobs to AI and all kind of bullshit, bro.
Allen Iverson, how many jobs he got? That's crazy.
You know what I'm talking about? You're dumb, bro. You know that. I just want to tell you that, man. Yeah, Allen Iverson. Yeah. Other celebrity news, you heard King Combs diss record this past week. Did you hear the whole thing?
Captain Crunch?
Captain Crunch. Why you call him?
King Combs sounds like Captain Crunch to me.
Oh my God.
King Combs sounds like a cereal.
This guy is crazy.
Don't it? Like honeycomb?
Nah, man. This guy.
Like it sounds like a version of like honeycomb?
This guy's crazy.
But yeah, I did hear his diss record.
I wasn't mad at his diss record.
I thought it was cute. Right?
I thought it was cute. This guy's
No, I did. I thought it was cute.
It was a good.
And the
he
reason
did
I
pretty good.
thought it was cute is because, in all honesty, like I've always liked Christian. I just always thought that he was like a good kid.
Tico! Hey yo. We gotta talk about Tico later, but go ahead.
Yeah, but I've always liked Christian. I always just thought he was a good kid. Like I always thought that he just always gave off this energy to me that even though his pops got all this money and he just always gave off the energy of being a good kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I couldn't even take it seriously. Like I thought it was. I was like,
nah,
oh, look at Christian.
Like
it's like when your man little brother come in the room and he like want to fight you. You're like, get out of here. Like,
yeah, you stupid.
Yeah.
I like the record, man. I see him get at 50 in the record. I thought that was funny. I was like, damn, he protected his pops. Like, you can't be mad at the nigga for protecting his pops. 50 getting at his pops all the time. He did the right thing.
Yeah, once again, nobody ain't gonna take that serious.
You know what I mean? Nah, 50 came at him.
50 was 50, but I don't think 50 was taking it serious.
I don't think he was taking it serious, but he had to
like,
say
I don't think 50 gonna see him somewhere and like press him or nothing.
Hopefully
like
not, man.
Nah,
hopefully
he's a kid,
not.
man.
He's a child. And then I seen, he had one line in there that was kind of crazy. He was talking about the feds didn't get nothing because they hid everything in the house next door. I don't think that's true, but I don't know
I seriously
hope not. This is not true. I was like, yo, why would he say this live right here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what y'all niggas doing? Like, you know what I mean? But
he sound like a 2024 Mace too.
Yeah, I think, but he always sound like that to me.
Yeah, I know.
He always sound like that to me. He always sound like that to me. I'm glad he came out. And he's still working and still doing what he got to do for his family. And,
I don't know if it was the best move because the Diddy thing is kind of dying down and he just kind of like breathed life into it again. Just a bit of advice for you, Christian. Never breathe life into something you want to die. Just let it die.
Let it die, let it die, let it die. Quick question. What's one of the best ways you would give advice to? Somebody asked me this, and I probably could use this advice myself. How to get over a breakup.
How to get over time. To me, time is the only thing. Because a lot of people tell, the advice I always hear given to women is you get over one guy by getting up under another one. but I don't think that always works.
You can't out-sex it, bro.
sometimes, I mean, sometimes it's cool to give yourself a distraction, right? But I think a lot of times when you distract yourself with other people, you're just literally kidding yourself, and you're going to get to a point where you're going to crash. Like, it's going to hit you like you're really not over that person. So the best thing is just time.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, trying to get over somebody could be difficult, bro. Like, especially if you love them, man. Like,
Unless you're me, because I just flipped the switch.
see, I don't have that ability. Like, I have the ability for people that I don't care about. Like, it's people that I fuck and it's cool, we don't talk no more. But people that I care about, like, I can't even see, I don't even want to see your name pop up on my phone and bring back, like, I just get mad or some disdain or some shit. I ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I mean? Not in that type of way. I mean, like, angry inside, like, yo, why this shit happen or whatever the case may be. And I don't like no thoughts going through my head. So sometimes I will tell you time. And sometimes I would try to, you know, fuck the breakup away. Like, I just try to jump on another chick to another chick to another chick. And that's not always the best thing because you're searching for something that you can't find.
You're feeling,
Excuse me.
you're filling a bottomless pit. Like, you're putting things in, but the more you put in, the emptier the hole gets.
Yeah, you can't find, like, you
That's
can't.
why I'm lucky, because that's my superpower. My superpower is I can literally just flip my
Flip the
emotions
switch.
off.
Well, we need to rub elbows, rub some of that shit off sometime on me, brother. 'Cause
I can love you today, and tomorrow, once that switch flips,
can you turn it back on after that?
no, I never go back. I never go back, ever. Like, that's not my thing. Once I'm done, I'm done.
Okay. In other news, seeing this other thing on social media, I actually seen it on another podcast. I don't know how true it is, but I just thought it made for interesting conversation. So I wanted to bring it up. So there was a young man who supposedly proposed to his lady by giving her a receipt with $70K with her financial debt being paid off for her school debt instead of a ring. And she was like, yo, I still want the ring. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, how you feel about something like that?
I can understand it. My take on it is, even if I paid off 70 grand of my woman's debt, if I wanted to propose, I would still want to get her a ring. I may not go buy her a $20,000 ring. I may go get her a $5,000 ring. Do what's financially feasible, but I would still want to get her a ring.
I don't know. See, I ain't a female, so in my man stance, I feel like if somebody paid off $70,000 in debt for me, I don't give a fuck about the ring. Like, yo, you know what you just did for us? Like, now the credit could be good. We could go buy a crib together. We could take that, finance another crib, and we could get a ring later on. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that's dope. I do understand, like, a woman would want a ring, or you don't have to get see, what I want to know, if she was still mad if he got a $2,000 ring instead of like a $5,000 or $10,000 ring or $20,000, whatever it may be, whatever the case may be. That's what I want to know. But yeah, somebody was gracious to pay off my debt. I don't want nothing else.
I just think one has nothing to do with the
Nah,
other.
I hear you, but I don't want nothing. Yeah, it doesn't have nothing to do with the other. But I'm so grateful, I don't want nothing else.
No, I get it. But in the same breath, once again, it's like you pay off the mortgage. Does that mean the next month you don't pay the electric bill? It's, to me, it's just one has nothing to do. Like, it's great, and don't get me wrong. It's great.
That shit don't happen, bro.
It's great. It's great that he paid off the debt. But I mean, for me, I don't know. Like, I think that there's something special about getting down on one knee and proposing to your woman.
Listen,
I don't want.
I think getting down on one knee and saying, "Look, I took care of $70,000" is even better than a ring. Listen, that's how I feel. And for me, I'm just saying, you got people that is doing 30 years after college still trying to pay off that debt and can't get rid of it. Somebody just said, "Yo, here." For me, I'd have been so grateful. I don't need nothing else.
See, but you're looking at it from a man's perspective.
Yeah, that's true too.
You know what I mean? Men and women process things totally different.
That's true.
And a lot
But
of
I said that
a lot of things that are important to them like aren't really important. It's like men in weddings. Like, I don't give a damn. We go to the justice of the goddamn
I
peace.
could
Like,
care
it
less
doesn't
about
matter
it.
to me. You
That's
know
all
what I
for a
mean?
lady. That's
Yeah, that's
nothing
all
to do.
for. It's. I think marriage itself is all for a woman, bro. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
Well, I wouldn't say marriage itself. I would say the ceremony.
what I mean by marriage itself is, I think that the world looks at a woman different. They give her more respect if she's married versus being in a relationship for a long period and not being married. Whereas with a man, the world doesn't really look at you any different. You get what I'm saying? I mean, but then again, to some degree, I think in like corporate America, sometimes when you're married, they look at you as more responsible.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. Well, I got these two stories to talk about, and I seen these stories going around this week, and it involved bullying. You know what I'm saying? And one was a little girl, white girl. I don't think it matters, but she was bullying some kids on a bus, and she got suspended. So her dad
They took away her bus privileges.
they took away her bus privilege, and she said, "Dad, you're gonna have to take me to school."
And he said, "No, I'm not."
He said, "No, I'm not." So she lived 5 miles away from school. He got her up early in the morning, let her walk to school, and drove behind her. And it's 30-degree weather. Are you mad at the pops for that?
No, I think it's a great lesson for her. I think.
And this is not her first time. Like she was.
Yeah, I know. This isn't her
I've got to
first
say
time
yeah.
that she's been corrected to the point that now she lost her bus privileges for bullying a kid. I think that I commend that father, and the reason I commend that father is because a lot of times when people's child are the bully, they don't take it as serious as they would have if their child was the one being bullied. You know, and I think it's great that he held her accountable. That he's sending the message that it's not okay, you know what I mean, that you're bullying this person, and he's holding her accountable, man. Like, I think it's great. And I love the fact that he didn't just send her off to walk to school on her own. He drove behind her to make sure that she was safe.
Safe. Yeah, she was 10 years old. He made sure she was safe. But he was like, yo, I ain't having. I'm not mad at the father for that, man. And hopefully she learned her lesson. Listen, when I used to get in trouble at school, my mother, people, probably say this is child abuse, but I got a beating every morning before I went to school, just in case I did something. Like, not because just in case I was thinking.
I'm gonna just whoop your ass so that you got beating credit. So if you do something, I ain't gotta whoop your ass later.
Yo, but I was getting in trouble every day. I was fighting every day. Moms had to do something, right? She had to put her foot down some way, and it worked, right? She had to do it.
Yo, bro, I used to get in so much trouble that my mother shared the responsibility of beating me with my aunts and my uncles. Like, my mother was like, look, y'all take this turn, because son, I used to get in so much goddamn trouble. Like, oh my God.
That's crazy. Nah, that's a lot of trouble though. But sometimes we gotta do that with our kids, man. Sometimes we gotta put our foot down. Because guess what? If we don't teach them, the world gonna teach them.
Yeah.
And that goes into my next bullying story. Woke up early in the morning the other day and seen this gentleman outside on social media. Basically, he was just saying, look,
sir, I want to clap for you.
he was saying, he was like, look, man, for that, I think the girl was 7 years old.
His daughter was 7. She was being bullied by a classmate. He went up to the school, they wrote letters to the parents. He had a meeting with the parents, and the kid kept bullying his daughter. So what he did was he got some of his peoples together.
Oh, and they talked to the parents too.
And that's what I'm saying. They had a meeting with the parents, and the parents did absolutely nothing to stop the bullying. So what he did was he got a couple of his friends together, and they jumped the father in front of the daughter.
And say, yo, you can get therapy basically, and hopefully she know there's a price to pay if she continues to be a bully. You know what I mean? And I'm really not mad at the story. I hope they didn't get no trouble, no arrested. And I hope they didn't beat the father crazy. But I hope they gave him a nice enough ass whooping. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to tell you this. I remember when I was...
That was a funny story.
When my daughter was in the 2nd grade, there was this little boy that used to bother her all the time. And we had went to her school for a potluck, right? And we're sitting in the cafeteria, and this little boy had the goddamn nerve. Yo, bro, I was flabbergasted. I was baffled. Me and her mother was sitting there at the table. This little boy walks over, sits on the other side of the table, and tells my daughter, I need to talk to you. I said, little boy, are you out your goddamn mind? He just froze. I said, look, do me a favor. I said, who in your family's here? I said, your brother here, your uncle here, your father? He was like, no, it's just my mother. I said, okay, well, go get your brother, go get your uncle, or go get your father, because now I want to fight. Like, serious. Like, now I want, and my daughter's mother was like, chill. Like, I'm like, what you mean chill? Like, no, now I want to fight. Like now I want to, like, you came over here like you want to fight my kid. No, now I want to fight. I obviously can't fight you. Go get somebody I can fight, please.
Yeah, listen, man, don't fuck with people, kids.
Like, bruh, are you out your,
Listen,
I was baffled because, shorty, you
he
came
did
over
it
here
for
like
you.
I'm not sitting
like,
right
you ain't sitting
here.
right there.
Like, are you crazy?
Listen, bro, I'm not mad at Pops for whipping old boy ass. I bet you his daughter don't try that shit again.
I bet you his daughter don't. And once again, like
and
I
I
said,
bet you the father makes sure you don't go to that school.
But this is what I'm saying.
Yo.
That's why I commended the father who had his daughter walk the 5 miles, because like I said, a lot of times when the parent's child is the bully, they don't take it as serious as they would if their child was the one being bullied. So you can talk to them until they're blue in the face and they don't really check their kid or do nothing about it. Like, they take it like it's funny. So when I put my foot in your ass, let's see if it's still funny. It is what it is.
Yeah. So listen, man. If you got your kids bullying somebody, talk to your kids and chastise your kids for somebody else chastise you.
Because I just saw a story, a 10-year-old boy that actually committed suicide because he was being bullied.
Been bullied, yeah.
So I'm just going to say to them kids out there who are bullies, you will lose a parent before I ever lose a child.
But trust me, I still believe in the bully. I think the bully is necessary.
I think bully is a rite of passage.
We
all got bullied at some point.
We all got bullied in some kind of way. And I think bullies are necessary still, but it's necessary to a point, and it got to be stopped at some point. You know what I mean? Kids got to be kids, and they got to learn how to deal with the world. So I don't think we extinct the bully because we can't extinct what's going to happen to them in the future with kids growing up as adults. Because I think
struggle builds strength.
Yeah, because I think some kids grow up and they don't go through anything, and then the world start kicking their ass.
I also think is it sets an unrealistic expectation for the real world, right? Because what happens is your problems aren't, when you get older, your problems aren't going to be handled by anyone other than you. You understand? So I think that in life, like when we go through elementary school or we go through middle school and we deal with the bully and we find a way to overcome that situation, it teaches us how to overcome these obstacles in life, you know, because a lot of times you may be working at a job and you have a supervisor that picks on you, or you have a manager that picks on you. You understand what I mean? Somebody higher up with authority who's picking on you. And nope, you're going to have to deal with that.
But not only that, even for the bully that has to reap the consequences, right? Those things need to be seen and known, because sometimes you grow up thinking that, I could go do anything in life.
And then somebody shoots you.
Yeah, and there's no consequences. So these lessons has to be learned at a childhood level. I think they should be learned at a childhood level.
Where the consequences aren't that serious, but unfortunately these days the consequences are serious because kids are taking their own lives.
Yeah, definitely. So since we on the school thing, we're going to just go one more subject on the school, I think. You seen the teacher who got suspended, or got fired rather, for letting a group of kids take out his hair in school. I don't know how you feel about that.
I don't agree with it. I think, when we were coming up in school, you had teachers, you appreciated the teachers that you were cool with. You understand? But I think that in the climate of today and in the atmosphere of kids being touched on inappropriately, children being raped or molested, I think everyone's afraid.
Yeah, I feel two ways. I feel like the teacher was probably innocent, and I want to know if it was a female teacher, would it have been any different, right? Because it was a male teacher. And then I also think I think sometimes kids are innocent, right? Those kids they were innocent in what they were doing. But does that lead a gateway or a bridge to be cool with another adult in that kind of way? Because sometimes there's a lot of pedophiles, like you said, you got to protect our kids. There's a lot of people who don't have the kid's best interest.
I get where you're coming from,
heart.
But
so sometimes
you can't be bad for doing good, though. That's the slippery slope.
Yeah, but it might be inappropriate though, because it was a teacher. You probably didn't get the kids. It's a couple of things that's going on. You didn't get the parents' permission to put none of those kids on social media. right? I think it was on his page. So you got the parents' permission. They faces out there. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, okay, that I can understand, right? That I can understand, right? But do I think that merits him being fired?
I think he should have got suspended.
I think he could have got a warning. I don't think it merited him losing his job behind that, because the truth is, the children were comfortable doing that because he's built a rapport with them, because he's built that good a relationship. Like, you know, like there was always one or two teachers that you were really cool with in school. And let's be honest, those were the teachers you appreciated the most. You understand? Those were the teachers that you kind of didn't want to disappoint, that you kind of worked a little harder at.
Yeah, because I think
in those classes, because you didn't want to.
Because
you like
listen,
teaching.
like I told you, I had a teacher that, you know, he asked
not
permission.
the one that touched you, right?
Shut up, nigga.
Oh, okay.
He had asked permission to take me and 3 of my friends to the movies, like on the weekends. Like, he would make sure he took a liking to us. Like, he made sure that we was like.
You didn't sit on his lap.
Shut up,
in
man.
the theater.
We was never in when I was in high school, bro. And he brought his fiance with him every time we was out. He made sure that, you know, we had things to do on the weekends and we wasn't just in the street. So he looked out for us. So I get it.
He took an interest in you.
Yeah, he took. But that made us even pay more attention,
of course,
to him.
Because
and when he spoke to us,
because you know what, it made you feel like he
cared. Yeah. So now, and I get it, but I also get a parent going, "Yo, this could be a gateway for my child to be taken advantage of by somebody else." You know what I mean? Because kids are very impressionable. So.
I mean, I get where you're coming from. I just don't think that somebody can be bad for doing good. No matter what's going on in the world, right? Like, no matter what, I don't think that somebody could be bad.
Well, there got to be some type of guidelines and standards in the school, and maybe he didn't follow the guidelines and the standards. So it got to be something in the school that he didn't follow to be fired and reprimanded. So you still, as a teacher, you still got to follow the rules. And if he didn't follow the rules, then things gonna happen. You know what I mean? So I hope you get another teaching opportunity. But I really do want to know if that was a female teacher and they was taking out her or playing with her here, would it be the same thing? I think because it was a male.
I do too.
And also it was a black male too at that too. So I don't really don't know. So I want to talk about this real quick. You watch, spoiler alert, you watch BMF? Mm-hmm. So, you know, I was watching BMF, man, and I saw the last episode, and I just wanted to talk about it for a second, man. And it resonated crazy. I was just looking at this shit. I was like, yo, this is crazy, man. So, you know, Lucille, the mom, and she wanted, you know, and the husband. What's my man's name? What's the husband? What's the father name? Who? Clarence?
Yeah.
I didn't know his name was Clarence.
He looked like a Clarence.
Yeah, they always just call him Pops. So, and Clarence, right? So, let's go back to the history of the show, right? Clarence got caught cheating with the neighbor. And I'm not saying Clarence was in the right of cheating, but it was at the time Lucille wasn't trying to give him no buns. She wasn't trying to do nothing with her man. And she told...
Yo, when that woman kissed his neck, he was like, ooh. Yo, that was hilarious.
And she was telling Shorty her business a little bit. So now, to me, it just my eyes, Lucille kind of, you messed up because now you telling the neighbor your business and you ain't giving your man no snatch. He go over there and he get caught out there, right? He get caught out there. He did something he wasn't supposed to do. So let's just say that. Clarence get caught now. He get caught up in the matrix. Clarence is doing everything to fight back to get his family to make his right wrong. And he does everything.
Make his wrong right.
Make his wrong right. I'm sorry. Make his wrong right. He does every fucking thing. Clarence is
fixing the house.
He trying to get work.
He writing songs.
He do songs, all kind of shit. Lucille's like, yo, listen, I'm choosing me. I never chose me. Charles. See, you said Clarence. This guy's crazy. I knew I never heard no Clarence. This nigga's crazy. But Charles.
It's just he looked like a Clarence.
Yeah, this nigga crazy. It was a C. It was Charles. It is Charles because she always say Charles. Right? So Charles is like doing everything. I know people will be like, who the hell is Clarence? But anyway, my bad. It's Tico's fault. Anyway, he just threw out the name. So Charles is doing everything in his power to fix the situation at home. right? So her doctor boo
The
from
good doctor.
Good doctor
From
come
back
around.
in the day.
Chocolate, handsome, diesel nigga. You know
Bringing
what I'm
him in the crib to deliver babies and
all
that
kind of
craziness.
shit. Yeah, this is crazy, bro. I'd have killed this nigga.
That's why, like I said, once another penis enters the chat,
Yeah.
I don't play them games,
Yo,
bruh.
So the good doctor, he puts it on her. I ain't gonna lie, he buying the shit she ain't never ate for mignon and all kind of shit, taking her all kind of restaurants, and it looks so good.
I still don't understand how Meech is making all this money, but his mother works in Wendy's.
Wendy's. No, but they explained that in the
Don't
beginning.
make
They don't take money from him,
No, I know.
right? So you know, the good doctor's doing what the good doctor supposed to do. He trying to good doctor that. You know what I'm saying? And he even become a hero in the house, like you said. He delivers a baby for them for a grandkid and all that shit, right? So she's going out with the good doctor. Her and her husband getting divorced. He's still trying to make it work, and it doesn't work, and whatever the case may be. So all of a sudden, she gets in a compromising position where she about to give up the snatch. You know what I'm saying? And when she about to give up the snatch, she goes, yo, I can't do this because I'm still married. So she runs home, and how the scene goes, like she gets the divorce papers, and like, cool, we doing this. And she tells Charles, look, I'm in love. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in love with the doctor, and you know, it's time for me to go. So they get the divorce papers, they sign it. As soon as they sign it, she goes straight to the
gonna run to
hotel.
the doctor, yeah.
Now that should have been a red flag.
Go
Clarence
get her
kept
boots
inviting
now.
you.
Charles.
No.
Oh, the doctor.
Doctor. That's the Clarence again. But I don't know why it's so weird. But the doctor kept inviting you to the hotel. He never invited you to the crib. Every time he seen her, when he invited out to some intimacy, they went to the hotel. So I'm sitting there and I'm going, okay, cool. He get the snatch. Soon as he gets the snatch,
Hey, I'm engaged.
right? He gets the snatch and he's sitting there in the bed and he goes, yo, I got to tell you something before we continue. So I'm sitting, when he said continue, I'm going, okay, cool. At least he's still trying to continue. He goes, yo, I'm engaged and I just can't get myself to walk down the aisle because I had to get with you first. And this woman, this good Christian girl was like, yo, I ain't doing this before I'm officially divorced. And her husband wanted to take her on tour. Like he finally got his gig, his gig. He been waiting for this thing all this time. We talk about timing. He finally got it. Finally got to where he wanted to get to. And she gave up the snatch and she left her husband. And she get out the bed, right? So this is the part about the good doctor I ain't understand. So I'm going, okay, cool. But he goes, Lucille, don't leave. Now, any other time she try to leave, he snatches up. He grabs her up, and he don't make her leave. This time, he don't even get out the bed, right? It's like he got the coochie, and
He got the upper hand.
he got the coochie and let Lucille just run out the door. And
The power dynamic has changed. That's what.
Yes.
That's what it is. You know, in relationships with men and women, the power dynamic is the woman has the power at the beginning until she gives the man access to her body. Then the power dynamic kind of shifts to the man.
So all that being said, she had a good man at home. She got him in a place now. Even though
I mean, all depends on what your definition of good is, because he did cheat on her.
No, he did cheat. Yeah. But granted, he cheated because she wasn't doing something. Not saying he was supposed to.
He's
but
human.
He's human, and he got caught out there. But she got him in a position. She put him in a position to perform. He was ready to perform and do everything that he had to do.
To try to make it right.
To make it right, to fix it, to do everything.
But it's also scary. It's also scary for the female, because in the back of your mind, you're also wondering that, okay, but it happened once. Can it happen again?
Like I said, and it happened again. Let me get this out.
Sure.
Then, that's why Kim always, hold on. Kim, you know it's Thursday. Why you always call in the middle of the show? And I'm going to tell everybody, Kim calls every Thursday in the middle of the show. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Why he talk to you like that, Kim?
Yeah, don't call me back. Don't call me back, bro. Don't call me back on Thursday, bro. Bye. Yo, I'll try to get you out of here.
Saying the same shit every week. That's what I do. What's up?
Don't call me on Thursdays while I'm filming, Kim. I'm going to call you back.
Fuck up.
crazy.
Yeah, we'll slap Kim. But the good doctor does all this. The husband do all this thing, and you try to run to somebody that you thought was gonna be better. He didn't even wait 2 seconds, bro. He didn't give her a month. He didn't give her a good 60 days.
Kim calling me now.
You better pick up. He didn't give her a good 60. He didn't give her a good 60 days. He didn't give her a good month. Nothing. And she left her husband. And then she go back home and she's like, yo, I don't think I'm in love no more with the doctor. And he's like, yo, baby.
Why you ain't just say the truth?
Then she goes, yo, I'm going. Tika, why you leaving us? Oh, okay. And then the doctor, she goes basically, yo, the husband goes basically like, yo, I'm going on tour. I'm leaving. And I think her pride, I'd have left with my man, bro. If I was her. Like, I would have left with my man if I was her, if I was in her position. I'd have been like, I fucked up. Let me go on this tour and go fix my relationship.
But maybe she's Shawnee O'Neal. Maybe she realized that she's not in love anymore.
I think pride, man. I think her pride, because what she did was what a lot of people do sometimes. She just ran to the Lord. But the Lord was giving you everything you wanted. It was right there. It was right there in front of you.
But you know what's so funny is I just saw something regarding something like that about that stage in the relationship where, you know, you kind of don't value your partner anymore, and then you meet this new person and it's new, and now y'all are having the great conversations and everything feels so fresh, and you don't realize that that's just the beginning stages that's going to lead you right to where you were with your partner. And it isn't even a guarantee, because the beginning stages don't always lead to something real. You know what I mean? So it's another risk that you take.
It's a risk that you take. And, you know, and like I said, Pops was trying to fix everything that he could possibly fix. I think they get back together next season. I don't know the story, but, you know, it was just like, yo, she's like, yo, I'm going to God. And God is like, yo, listen, I gave you everything that you wanted. And you had the chance to fix it. You went to this nigga over here, and he didn't do. I was so mad that I wanted to beat the nigga up. I wanted to beat the doctor up, bro.
But you know what? But that's why as you get older, and I think she's a little too old for that, to be making them kind of mistakes, because the older you get, the more you realize, like, you know, like I've been saying, love is a choice for one. And you cannot always follow your emotions, bro, because your emotions will steer
you in the wrong direction.
You got to find this balance between emotion and logic.
And logic, yeah. I tell people all the time that you can't go too over logical, you can't go too emotional. You got to find a balance. And sometimes people just go with what they feel, and not what's right, and create the balance out of that shit. But
yeah, what feels right isn't always right.
Yeah. And sometimes logic got to take over. Logic got to be like, yo, this is a better fit for me. This is a better situation. Like, you know, but it is what it is, man. Yo, in other news, the restaurant Chili is now closing their doors all across the United States.
Chili's baby back ribs, barbecue sauce.
Yeah, they don't got that many Chili's out. They got Chili's like in New Jersey and stuff like that, right?
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back ribs.
Yeah, you remember all the dumb commercials. Yeah, but peace to Chili's, man. I never really ate at Chili's like that. I had that like once or twice in my life, but, you know, death of a dynasty. And I see they closing 90 Red Lobsters throughout the country also. People still eat it.
No more cheese biscuits.
No, them cheese biscuits, you can't retire those.
No, cheese biscuits is banging.
And you can't retire that pina colada sauce with the what's that shit what's that the shrimp, the coconut shrimp. I like that sauce from there. I like that. In other news too, they say 65% of people that use dating apps are either in relationships or married.
Which is crazy.
I don't think it's crazy. But you know, my brother just got married from being on Hinge.
No, what they're saying is not people got married off of there. 65% of the people on dating apps that are dating are already married or in relationships.
Oh, see, I did it backwards. My bad.
Yeah, like, nah. That's crazy. You know, people living a double life.
Double life, 1, 2 wives. Okay, I didn't know it was giving up like that. Damn.
That's more than 6 out of every 10 posts. You know,
I do be saying, you know, I be on the dating apps too. I be seeing a lot of women.
I mean, but is that the same ratio for men and women?
I don't know, but I see women on there be like, yo, they looking for like a guy to come in their relationship and shit like that. A lot of girls tell me that.
Third party?
Yeah, third party
vendor?
shit. Yeah. A lot of people into the third party thing though.
Yeah, these days.
Yeah, a lot of people into the third party thing. Going back to
Cali.
nah. Going back to I don't know the guy that plays Terry. What's his name?
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci. That's his name. Basically, he was saying that he felt like where's he from? England or something?
I have no idea.
I don't know where he's from, but he was like in this country, we too soft. We need to grow up faster, in our teenage years. I think he had a point though. I don't know if you saw it.
I do think he has a point.
I think he has a good point
because
we baby too much. We baby teenagers and young adults too much in this country.
We have these conversations where people will tell you like, nah, 35 is still a kid. Like, you're still young. And that's just weird to me because when we were coming up, bro, 25 was a grown adult.
Grown-ass man.
35, you was a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
And now, 30, 35, people are carrying themselves still like they...
People tell people, like, yo, you don't need to leave.
30's the new... Like, 40's the new 30. 30's the new 20.
You don't need to get your own apartment. People tell you, yo, you shouldn't get married young. Yo, I think you do a lot of those things early in life so you have the rest of your life to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, if you can luck up and, so funny.
And find somebody. I think there's nothing more beautiful than when somebody says, somebody's in their 40s and they're like, yeah, yo, I've been with my wife for 20 years. Like, I think that's amazing,
That's
bro.
crazy. Not even that, too. Even in work. I got a couple guys that a couple guy friends that I got right now. Some of them niggas is retired. And they was retired for the last 4 or 5 years because they started working at like 18 years old or 19 as police officers or corrections or transit, and they out of work and they retired now. You know what I'm saying? And some people still got to bust their ass until they 50, 60, 70 years old to get that bread. So, and they could just chill and figure out the rest of their life, whether they want to travel, whether they want to. So sometimes when you start earlier, you're more of an adult more than you a child. And sometimes, like, all the bullshit that you got to go through as a young person, you could just stop that shit from even happening if you just buckle up and take life more serious. It sounds fun. Yeah, I want to go to the club.
But you know what?
Most of these bitches be looking old at fucking 30 years old. It be fucked up.
But let's be honest. These days, brother, 40-year-olds are in the club 5 days a goddamn week. The 50-year-olds are in the club 4 or 5 days a goddamn week.
I don't know nobody like that. You know some amazing people because I don't even go outside.
Man, listen. Go to the club and see who's in there.
Nah, there's be mad young chicks in there.
Bro, a lot of the dudes that be in there be 40, 50 years old.
Bro. I see too much. I'm outside the club more than you.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I got to go to work. Right? I only go for work purposes. But what I'm saying is, it be a lot of young people. And people always say, nah, go party while you. Nah, bro, all that partying, drinking and smoking, all that shit. And y'all niggas smoking some dust now. I don't even know what y'all smoking.
A lot of dudes are dying of strokes nowadays, man. So that whole lifestyle of smoke, drink, go to sleep, eat crap. Listen, man.
A lot of you young chicks, they're mad out of shape. When I was growing up, chicks, they always had shape. Now these chicks got guts, all kind of shit. Like, they be 20 years old and they be looking like they 30, 40, 50 years. I be like, yo, why you shaped like that? Like, it just be crazy. It be bogged out.
Look like Chunky Campbell soup in a Ziploc bag.
I don't know what's happening, bro, but, listen, man. Get your shit together. If you get your shit tight while you younger, man, you can have a better life and live a longer life when you older, man. You can retire more. You can go see the world. You can do so much more things, bro.
Feel free to comment under this video, Styles. We don't want to hear that bullshit.
Listen, had the kids a little earlier. Shit, you don't want to deal with kids at 55 years old. You don't want to deal with, you know what I'm saying? I think you should have kids around 25, between 25 and 30.
I think you should do whatever makes you happy.
Nah, I don't believe that. Because then in America, then nobody won't be doing nothing. Like you say, they don't go to work, they don't do shit.
No, I mean, when it comes to children, I think you do whatever makes you
but
happy.
I think a good age to have kids is like 25. Because you got to think about it, man. Having kids in 35, 40 years old, now you got to deal with them little niggas until you 60, 70 years old. Like, nah, nobody want to do that, bro.
People aren't mentally ready at 25. You're born
Nah, they ready.
child when you're older.
That's not true. Because all of our parents, guess what? And that's why the world's fucked up, because thinking like that. Because if you think about it, if you go back, all of our parents and our parents, they had kids early. And we lived in a much better place.
Listen, a lot of us had kids early.
And we lived in a much better place. And now the world's fucked up because you got all these people who still ain't mentally ready at 35 and 45 because they never grew up. People have more real responsibility. I had my own apartment, what, 19 years old when you moved out?
Like 19, 20.
I had my daughter at 24.
Or when did I get kicked out?
Yeah, when we got kicked out, then 19. I got my own apartment, but I had to leave. Like, you know, Mom's kicked me out. She put me up and discharged me rent.
I got
somewhere
kicked out. My mother found a suitcase of guns under my bed.
Oh yeah, I'd have got kicked out too for that.
I came home. It was laid out on my bed, and she's like, "Just leave."
She gave you the guns to go?
Huh? Yeah. I took my bag. She was like, "Just leave. Just go.
Okay.
Just go."
Okay. But look, man, that's another episode, man.
Of Brooklyn Boys Radio. Thank you for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe.
Shout out to the Wood Stack.
Wood Steezy.
Shout out to Allie and Denisha.
Allie.
And
Tico.
Dusty Suave. I don't know what Tico went. He said he had to go get his girls. And shout out to Sophie. She walked in the building.
What up? My love.
Oh, say that again?
I said it already.
Brooklyn. We out.
Out.